This video should assist you in completing the cell biology, prokaryotes, and eukaryotes coloring sheet that was assigned for homework on Wednesday. I will be walking through steps 1 through 6 with you to show you how to complete this assignment, and then you will finish the rest on your own. The directions for this is for this assignment you will be comparing the characteristics of prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Fill in the blanks below using information you find on the coloring page of this assignment. Check off each box as you finish that part of the instructions. On the coloring page, what are the examples of organisms, K, L, M, and N, that have eukaryotic cells? So I'm going to flip my paper over, and I'm going to find eukaryotes, and then I see the letters K, L, M, and N. Those are identifying those four examples. So example 1 for K is animal. Example 2 for L is plant. Example 2 is protozoan. And the last example, example 4N, is fungus. Question 2 says to color the words eukaryotic cell and eukaryotes in brown. So I'm going to get my brown colored pencil. I'm going to find eukaryotic cell and color that in. I also am going to color in eukaryotes. Okay. Now to flip back over. It told me in the directions to check off each box as I completed it. So now that I've colored those in, I can check off this box. Color each of the 4 examples using colors that make them look realistic. I'm going to color 2 of them. You need to color all 4. For the human or the animal, so I've colored in for my animal and my plant. And the other 2 you will color are the protozoan and the fungus. Please make sure you're coloring in the words that go with them as well. Alright, so now that I've colored in each of the 4, I will put a check in that box. Now, look at the tiny labeling for the eukaryotic cell. What kind of organism is it from? So if I flip my paper over and I look, I see that my eukaryotic cell, this one up here, is from an animal cell. Okay, you do not need to highlight it, I'm just highlighting it so you can see it. So on the back of my paper, for number 3, I'm going to write animal. Look at the tiny labeling for the prokaryotic cell. What kind of organism is it from? So flip back over. Here's my prokaryotic cell. says it's a bacterial cell, which tells me that it's from bacteria. So number 4 would be bacteria. Okay. Looking at number 5, it says color the words prokaryotic cell and prokaryotes in orange. So flipping over, I have prokaryotic cell, and prokaryotes in orange. Put another check there. Bacteria are usually stained pink so they can be seen with a microscope. So color each of the 3 examples in the circles in pink. So flipping this page over, I have my screenshots of my slides over here where I have bacterium, I have Rickettsia, and I have a cyanobacterium. So I'm going to color in here these pink. All right. Check that. Now it is time to start closely examining the similarities and differences between these 2 types of cells. Look down the list of the parts for each of the 2 cells. They both have 4 labeled letters in common. Below, list the diagram's letters for the labels of these parts as well as the name of the part. So if I look back over here at these 2, I will see that chromatin is labeled B, and down in the prokaryotic cell, chromosome is labeled B. These are denoted with the same letter because chromosomes are actually made up of chromatin. So on the back, I'm going to say the letter B stands for both chromatin and chromosomes. All right. The next letter they have in common is letter D, which is the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is the jelly-like substance that floats inside of the cell, which is what everything is sitting in. It kind of looks like jello. So letter D stands for cytoplasm. The next letter we have is the ribosome. So that's letter F, and letter F stands for ribosome. And our last letter that they have in common is J, which is the cell membrane. The cell membrane is what allows things to go in and out of the cell. So now that we have completed questions 1 through 6, you should have a pretty good idea of how to finish the rest of this worksheet and how to finish coloring in what's required on this coloring plate.